Last fight. Oof.
Is there anything to talk about?
The great one, Alexander Volkanovski versus the Korean Zombie. Love the name. Love the heart. But Lord, that zombie got put to rest, baby. That zombie got put to rest. How was you feeling about that fight, man?
I can't believe it was the last fight. I'm serious. After watching it, I didn't see it live on Saturday.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I didn't, because the
first
before
two
it
was like amazing. Then you get this one like, oh, it's a punching bag.
Was this expected going in?
Potentially yes, because Alexander has been on a tear. I mean, he's been through some dogs. I'm still jealous because, like I said, he beat my dude Max Holloway 2 times, and I thought that Max potentially won the second fight, but they gave it to Alexander. And he's continued to get better too. But the Korean Zombie has always gained. Korean Zombie has been fighting for a while.
Is this dude nice. Like Cowboy Cerrone?
No, not to that same extent, but same vein, but not to the same extent.
Just throw him in there.
Yeah. He says he like Cowboy. Similar, but not quite there just
What's
yet.
the difference?
Cowboy's, I guess, been doing it longer. And Cowboy takes more of like...
They have the same archetype.
He takes more like short notice fights too. Cowboy, you call Cowboy on a Thursday, he be out there for Saturday for the fight. You know what I mean? That's Cowboy. Cowboy, man, I know you in the arena. I know it's like 12, but can you fight at 6? Man, you know I'm gang. Give me my hat, bro. Like, that's Cowboy. You know what I mean? Korean Zombie ain't going all the way there, okay? He don't go all the way there. But he's game. He's always going to be a good fight. And typically, like, he'll surprise people at times, you know? Because he can punch. Like, he's a good fighter. Like, trust me. But, yeah. The great one. Alexander, he just... Man, in the first round, you could just see the speed discrepancy. You could see the power discrepancy. It was just like Korean couldn't do anything to him, man. The
Korean
Zombie,
was
like,
just taller than him.
That was it. That was it. He didn't look stronger.
He had a fresh. He has better hair because he actually has hair. That's what I thought. Because you're right. Bro. He just outclassed. Like, you talk about everything Alexander
time he
had.
Touched him. You could see the Korean Zombie like buckling at times. He kicks him in the leg, whole leg fall off. I'm like, bro, is this for real right now? Like, it reminds me of like when you play in a video game, you create your player and you playing like the computer, but you soup all your stats up. So when you hit the guy rocking him, like, I was like, yo, god dang, like, Korean, what is he hitting you with, man? Yeah, but he continues to just go through people and win, man. I ain't gonna lie, he need to run it back for the third time. My dude Max, man, I'm still jealous. I feel like that's the one I want to see again, but I don't know if it's ever going to happen.
Where's Max ranked?
Max is always like top 3, top 2, like, because Max was the champ for a while too. Max at the time his only loss for a while was to, I think it would have been Conor like a while ago when he was like younger, and then when Conor bumped up, that's when Max ends up beating Jose Aldo, if I remember correctly, and then from there just started having his own reign until Volkan got after him. You know what I mean? But Alexander's he's a monster, dude. Like, his last fight too is one you should check out, man. He fought a guy named Brian Ortega, and I think Stan Clare just talked about it. He was like, yo, it's an effing brawl, without a doubt, bro. Like, that fight was good. Ortega almost choked him out too in that fight, man. But them two dudes, you see him after the fight, everybody shredded, monster. Yeah.
I don't know if there's too much else to say about this fight. I don't know about context, like what's next for Alexander, what's next for Korean Zombie. I don't know.
Well,
maybe you could touch on that.
I don't think anything changes for him. I think he still stays in his same vein of he's always game. You could put him as a title contender, but he's also could be gatekeeper as well, in the sense of when you have another up and coming guy, or if you have somebody that needs to fight for the belt but they need to earn it, that could be the guy you turn to. Kind of like what Cowboy has become, or even in the sense Derek Brunson. You know, he's in that same pack as well. But to me, man, for Volkanovski, I don't really know who he fights again. Like I said, I would want him to go and fight Max again, but I do know that he's potentially talking about bumping up. And if he does that, well, I know, was it Henry Cejudo, who's the dude they call him like Triple C or whatever? Like, he was a double champ as well. He's done worked his way up. I know he's talking about he wants to fight him. And I'm like, that would be a cool money fight. But as a whole, I don't really know where he goes right now, because to me, the fight that I want to make is with Max, because Max is the name. He can fight. They match up well. The 2 fights have been very close, especially that second one. That second one, bro, if you watch it, it's a lot of us feel
you don't
like
seem
Max
confident
won.
it's going to happen.
It's just hard to get a third fight when you beat the guy twice. And that's the thing. It's like he already beat him 2 times, but they were close. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm just kind of like, I don't know. Because, today's show is brought to you by Manscaped, the leaders in below the waistline grooming. And Deke, ball security is key. We know that we got a ton of new prospects coming up because the draft is happening soon, and they're going to need to make sure that their balls are secure as well. And that is what Manscaped does for you and the crew and everybody included in between that thing, man. So it's pretty simple. What you do, you get that Lawnmower 4.0, turn the light on, because I like to operate with the light on, like how we doing here when we're recording, okay? And you take it low and slow. But then when you're done with that and you trim that, grass low so the tree can show a little bit more, they will be calling you a cool nickname like your nickname. You want to tell me your nickname again?
Which one?
Which one? I mean, I've been seeing someone in the chat. They've been calling you Daddy.
Well, I guess for Manscaped purposes, to keep the commercials and ads consistent, Deke Daddy, right?
That's what they call
dropped
you.
that before.
That's what they call you. They call you Deke Daddy.
Yeah, they have called me that before.
So it's pretty
especially
simple.
down at the wedding. I mean, my wedding attire, my wedding performance was brought to you by Manscaped.
Mag Daddy.
That's what they were like. They were like, not only do you look sharp, you smell pretty good too. What is that, Manscaped? And I was like,
get it.
I did this. I did the Jordan shrug.
I like it. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, it is pretty simple. What you need to do is use the promo code MOATS so you can get your 20% off at manscaped.com along with free shipping worldwide. And I can assure you, my friends, that not just you, but your delicate twins and whoever is privileged enough to interact with those delicate twins will be thanking you as well.